Krieg informs Mark that Nolan is set to be executed, and that he will be sent back to Earth to conquer it in Nolan's stead. On Earth, Donald discovers that he is a cyborg and struggles with it for a little bit before being informed that it was, in fact, his choice. So he mostly becomes chill with it. After recovering, Mark stays for a couple of months to help the Thraxans rebuild, before departing with his brother at the behest of Kim Wexler. Mark shows up back on Earth, leaving the baby with Debbie, before deciding to catch up with Amber. Rex also shows some pretty cool character development after Eve has a monumental fuck-up. Cecil ends up splitting the Guardians in two, with half of them being stationed on Earth just in case, and the other half, plus Mark and Eve, being sent to deal with the incoming Sequids. The space group have a very narrow victory against the Sequids, and end up rescuing the actual astronaut who got stranded on Mars, though the Sequids are still around, which angers me greatly. Meanwhile, the Earth Squad gets high-diffed by the fucking Lizard League, which is kinda embarrassing. But it's okay, because Rex locks in with the power of brain damage. However, during the process, Shrinking Ray gets like super hospitalized alongside Rex, and Kate dies in the process. They have a funeral for Kate a couple of days afterwards, but who cares about something silly like that? Rex and Ray are okay for the time being. Good news, Mark and Amber's relationship is seemingly on the rocks, with their lives being so different. Bad news, she's kinda improving a lot as a character, and it makes me feel just the slightest bit bad. Let's switch to something good. Rick is back. The GDA mostly repaired him, though he has some robo-trauma, so Donald trauma bonds with him about the both of them being cyborgs. Debbie also hires a nanny for Oliver, the purple kid. Mark actually does collect Nolan's pages and learns of the existence of the Ragnars and Space Racer, which is good news because Alan actually recovered from his life support being off and is on his way back to Earth. Right before he left though, Thetis outed himself as a Viltrumite to Alan. Upon arriving to Earth, the Immortal pulls up to run fades with Alan before being shooed off with a spray bottle.
You know, on my planet, sock on the door means somebody's fucking.
Alan collects Nolan's pages and leaves for Telescria once more. Amber and Mark attempt to have a nice date and even talk about potential future plans, but unfortunately, a Viltrumite has showed up to check up on Mark's progress with taking over the world, threatening Amber in the process.